the mic, talking day and spilling life, from trending memes to wildest dreams. Girl, did you hear that crazy thing? Girl, did you hear what's going down? We're lighting up this whole damn town. Strange and trending every week. Bestie vibes that'll never peak.
So a lot kind of happened for her right when she got there.
Right. And so she's living like her best Italian life.
Yeah.
She gets a job, finds a boyfriend, and is just vibing.
Yeah. Super crazy story.
Yeah, it's a weird one.
Very strange.
There's a lot of really, guys?
Because they kept telling her that she was guilty and did something, that she somewhat changed her story.
Yeah, just gave them information that they wanted.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, the boyfriend changed his story too. Okay. So 2010, they get the appeals trial.
Right.
Then they get acquitted.
Right. So they're
are
good
released.
to go.
They're like, goodbye, sorry. So we were all like early 20s when all this was going down. Yeah. So we were all just baby adults, just trying to be adults in the world.
Could you imagine being
Dude.
20 years old?
In jail.
Okay, wait.
Hey guys, welcome to Girl Did You Hear?
The ultimate bestie hangout. I'm Jessica.
And I'm Kristen. Today is episode 53.
We made it.
Whoop whoop. Do you think we'll get to? No, I was gonna be like, do you think we'll get to 100 before the end of the year? I was like, no.
If we start doubling down on some episodes, yeah, probably. But
Yeah, we can't do that.
at the pace we're going, probably not. But that's okay. I mean,
my workload doesn't allow anymore.
that is an unrealistic expectation of our video editor.
Yes. Thank you guys for joining us today. We have another fun one coming to you. This one Jessica found on Netflix. It's about Amanda Knox. That was a case that happened back in 2007. Super crazy story.
Yeah, it's a weird one.
Very strange.
There's a lot of really, guys?
Let me
that
tell you
happens
that
in
my
that one?
notes, I have like 4 pages of notes from this episode.
Yeah, I had to write really small in this one because I try and put an episode per page in this book.
I usually try to also, and my book is pretty big. But I had a little notebook before that I had my chicken scratch in, and I was like, I need to rewrite that.
I need to push this out into further notes. Yeah.
So anyways, this incident happened November 2nd, 2007. It happened in Italy. A young girl, Amanda, moved to Italy in her early 20s to study abroad. And then shortly after moving there,
very shortly,
she met a boy. And then she also moved into an apartment with this girl named Meredith Kircher. And she moved into the apartment about 6 weeks after arriving in Italy.
Right.
Like it wasn't very much time between that. And then she also met this boy named Raphael. So a lot kind of happened for her right when she got there.
Right. She goes over
Young
into
20-year-old,
Italy. She gets into this exchange program. She
Yes.
finds a roommate with other exchange. She finds a house with other exchange program roommates.
Yes.
And so she's living like her best Italian life.
Yeah.
She gets a job, finds a boyfriend, and is just vibing.
Yeah. Like early 20s, like
living her best
you're
life.
thinking that all is well, like you said, like she's vibing away.
Yeah.
Well, she is supposed to go to work one night, and her boss texts her and says that she doesn't have to go in.
Right.
And so she goes to the boyfriend's house and is there all night.
Right.
Right.
They watch a movie. They make dinner.
Yep. They're hanging out. Some
Right.
kissy.
They go to bed.
Yeah.
I mean, that's her alibi.
Yeah. Raphael.
Yeah.
5-day boyfriend.
5.
5 days, guys.
That's an intense romance.
It is. I mean, he said it was pretty intense.
Well, I don't know.
I don't think he had many girlfriends.
I don't. Well, and also they stated that. But I don't think that, I mean, do you know any Italians?
Not like from Italy.
Fair. The ones that I've come across on this side of the pond have been just intense people.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Amanda goes back to her apartment the next morning.
Right.
To shower. So first off, as she gets to her apartment, she notices front door wide open.
Right. Red flag number 1.
Dun, dun, dun.
Okay. She gets further into the
Yes.
appointment. She goes into the bathroom.
Yes. Notices some blood spots on the sink faucet.
Red flag number 2.
Number 2, guys.
She's like, whatever.
Not a big deal. Proceeds to take a shower. After the shower.
Oh, sees blood on the
bath rug.
the bath mat.
After the shower.
And she's like, oh, still no big deal.
Yeah, she's like, someone probably cut themselves, whatever.
And it wasn't until she found the turds
in the toilet.
She was sketched out. She's like, I can't handle this anymore.
I need to call my boyfriend. Screw calling the police. Let me call my 5-day boyfriend.
Yeah.
Weird to begin with. So then, boyfriend comes over.
Yes.
He also agrees. This is weird.
This is super sus.
Yeah. So then, now she's like, oh,
we should call the cops.
No. First.
Oh, we should check on Meredith.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now they're like, let's check on the roommate.
The rest of the house.
Yeah, see what's going on. Well, they can't get into Meredith's door.
Right.
Raphael can't kick it down. then they called the police.
Right.
He calls the police.
That's right.
And the police come and they scurry them out immediately or whatever.
Go away.
So so that's the whole, like, that's the beginning of the story,
There
right?
it is, right.
Now is kind of like where things become a little strange. Like, as they start investigating the case, right?
Right.
The police guy, I don't know what they call like their police chiefs over in Italy, but the Giuliano guy, the older gentleman, in the fancy suit,
the guy who prosecuted or not prosecuted, but like,
he was in the one of the main guys in the documentary, but he immediately believes that it was a staged break-in. By how everything was, because it did look like a staged break. Well, it did look like someone broke in because there was the broken window, the door was open, there was some stuff that was disheveled, but nothing was actually taken.
Right.
So that's why he thought it looked like it was staged.
Right.
And he had suspicions of Amanda right from the get-go. This guy did.
Right. You know why? Because of the way she was acting.
Yes.
She wasn't acting like he thought someone grieving a dead roommate should. And in her defense, she didn't know this girl. They weren't lifetime friends.
Right.
They had only been in each other's company for like 6 weeks.
Yeah. So they
So she was consoling in her 5-day is what we're calling him, is her 5-day boyfriend.
Yeah.
And so she was consoling in her boyfriend, and like they just thought that was inappropriate, that you shouldn't be,
and they used
you shouldn't be acting this way.
They were over like in the corner, like they had a few kisses and then like a snuggle or whatever, and the police people were like, that is inappropriate behavior.
And that's the thing that kills me, is like,
but is that a cultural thing?
It's gotta be because like in the end, the dude in the suit, gosh, why are we so bad with names today? It's probably because
Giuliano.
So much info's up there.
I know the name.
Like, maybe it's because like that's how they act in Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
And
he did say that.
Kind of had some not an understanding, but more of like okay, maybe it's different over there sort of deal, because it's definitely
on there.
different over here.
Yeah.
But I mean,
so
she was just roasted for the way she was acting.
Yes, she was. And
even all the way down to like when they were questioning her, like when they were popping her for questions, and like kind of how they broke her for questioning, or at least her description thereof. And they're a little feisty over there.
Yeah, they were not nice. It didn't seem like it wasn't like your typical investigation that you see on movies here in America.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
But
Our
yeah, she
perception.
did. Yeah, she did. So Amanda's in this documentary and she talks, about like reliving that experience and so forth and how she felt and what they did and everything like that, which is pretty cool
Right.
to like see her in it. And she did say that so after like the police kind of investigate the scene, right? They then, within a few days, they tap the boyfriend's phone and her phones and they're listening, whatever. And then they feel that they need to be arrested. So they arrest them.
Right.
Like it happened pretty quick.
Yeah.
Like within like 3 or 4 days.
Right.
From the time of the incident to the thing. And so the roommate was basically unalived pretty brutally. And it was like this huge thing in Italy. Like, I don't think Italy had seen a crime like that, or maybe didn't have experience with, dealing with crimes that big, or I don't know what their
I can't pronounce the name of the
perception
city.
was.
It starts
but
with a P and ends in a UGIA.
I'll throw a little clip in there.
But it looks like it's a smaller community.
Oh, what, Perugio?
I guess. I don't know. I'm not even going to try and pronounce
Okay.
it.
I'm pretty sure it was in Perugio, like where they lived.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
So I'm sure it's big,
Yes.
but not like what we're like, not like Seattle big,
No.
right? Not like
No, I'm pretty sure it's like,
not
small
a
enough
village,
that like
but
people
a city,
probably
right?
know most of the people around that area, right? So they get arrested, and that's when she starts, they obviously separate Raphael and Amanda, and they question them. And Amanda's getting questioned, Raphael's getting questioned, and the police are just like berating down on them,
Yeah,
like
they
just
want-
poking,
answers.
like
Yeah.
trying to get the answers, and they don't have answers to give.
No.
Neither one of them.
Well, because they're innocent.
Yeah. And they're like, I don't know what happened.
Right.
Because
I don't know what happened.
Right. And so Amanda claims that she felt because they kept telling her that she was guilty and did something, that she somewhat changed her story.
Yeah, just gave them information that they wanted.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, the boyfriend changed his story too. And what I also thought was weird was they were saying, like, they were holding strong on the text message that she sent back to her boss about coming to work or whatever.
Oh yeah, that she had intended to meet someone later that evening. She
said, see you later or see you soon or something like that, right? Yep. And the police were like, no, that means you're going to see them later. But they didn't show the text from her boss saying that she didn't have to go to work that night. No. They only showed the text from her back to him.
Right.
Thought that was strange. Not that that really is relevant.
I see what you're saying.
It was just like a weird thing that popped in my brain. And I was like, well, wait. Because there's a lot of back and forth of if Amanda did it or if she didn't do it. And there's a lot of people out there that think that she did, and people out there that think that she's innocent. There's still people that are on both sides of it.
Interesting.
So when I was kind of reading ahead before I watched the documentary, when I saw that, I was like, well, wait, where's the boss's text message?
Interesting.
So I don't know. I just thought of that. Anyways, so boyfriend changes story, Amanda changes story. Then they get arrested, like fully. And
right.
like,
the cops hear what they want to hear and then put them in custody.
Yes, like officially. And then, the whole trials begin.
So from the time that they got arrested,
yes,
they found a bunch of DNA from another guy.
Yes, some guy named Rudy, who came out of the woodwork.
Saying that he and Meredith had met a day prior.
Yes.
And he had gotten her number and he had gone back to their apartment and they were going to do what college students do in apartments, read the gospel and stuff.
Yeah. Study
Netflix
hard. And chill.
Right. But they didn't have the right study equipment.
No.
So in his story, he says they didn't have the right study equipment, so they decided not to.
Right.
He took a deuce, and left.
Yeah.
I was like,
That was his story.
what? Okay.
But Rudy fled the country after
yes.
the incident happened
immediately
with
after
Meredith.
And his DNA is all over the room, which I
Yes.
get it. If he's over there to like Netflix and chill, then
especially if he was in the bathroom before he left,
right.
there was a lot of DNA found in there
Right.
of this guy.
Of him.
Yeah.
I mean, he was sentenced to 30 years.
Yeah. So he also got arrested while Amanda and 5-day boyfriend
Raphael
were arrested.
Right.
Rudy gets arrested and sentenced
super quick. Just
super
like,
quick.
We're just going to do.
And there's like, nobody cares.
Yeah, no, it was not really
That
covered
was
as
not
much.
talked about. Nobody cared. But yet
The documentary even
they
made a
were
note that
still-
Amanda was more of a story than Rudy was.
yes. But like, are you kidding me?
Like,
That's crazy, dude.
You
That's
arrested someone for
crazy.
this. But like Rudy changes his story. Like he starts off saying that, hey, no, Amanda was never a part of this.
Yeah.
And then of course, those feisty little Italians in the end got Rudy to change his story to say that he thought he saw her
There.
out a window
Yeah.
leaving that night.
Yeah.
So therefore it cooperated why she was in prison at that time or being charged.
Which is still strange.
Which is why it's grasping. It's hard. Well, and I mean, and the other reason why they were implicating her so hard is because of trace DNA.
Yes.
They said, well, her DNA is on the handle of this
Knife.
study tool. And
We can say knife.
we can say knife. Okay, we just can't show one. Okay, got it. So her DNA is on the handle of the knife. And then on the blade is a trace amount of DNA from the victim.
Meredith. Yeah. Like
Right.
a tiny amount.
A tiny amount. So much. And I mean, and that's the fun part about trace DNA, because trace DNA comes into play in a lot of places. Like trace DNA came into play for like the Idaho 4.
Yes.
And trace DNA basically is just like DNA that sheds off of you in passing, in contact with something.
As you're walking around
Like,
the house.
There
like,
is trace DNA of me
there's-
all over this place.
Like walking around your house, you're just spreading
Just
DNA
leaving
everywhere.
samples
Anywhere
everywhere.
you go, you're
But,
spreading
like,
DNA.
The more you come in contact with an object, like this DNA, it's got a lot of my chair in it.
Right.
This chair has got a lot of me in it. But like the stuff over there in that room that I've never been in may only have just like a speck
couple
or
little
two.
specks. Yes,
and
exactly.
And the blade was just a speck where the hilt or the handle was like a full on. But they're roommates. She lived in that house.
Yeah.
Like
so of
she's using that
course-
knife to spread cream cheese on her bagel sort of thing.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
Like
But the police in Italy were so like I shouldn't say the police. The prosecutors were so
like she's the one. She's the one.
pushing for her to be the one because of that DNA. That was like really all they had to stand on because the actual evidence that they had besides that
There was nothing else.
didn't point to her at all.
No, she was at her boyfriend's house.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I believe.
Yeah, I believe that too. There was a little bit like halfway through, I was like, there may be a chance that like, I was like, could she have done that? You know? But then as like everything kind of like continued to build, I was like, I don't really think she did. Like I truly don't. I think she and 5-day boyfriend just got caught up, like wrong place, bad time type situation. And just unfortunately it became like a huge media thing because it was such like a big crime and like such a graphic thing to happen, I think, at that time for Italy, especially, that they felt like they had to, you know, make an arrest quickly.
Right.
That I think they also felt like they had to, like,
With
something
all
of
the
that,
media attention,
Yeah.
they were like forced to make a decision too fast.
Yes, and also like because it was such like a big crime and it was so widely covered, I feel like they had to be like, oh well, it wasn't just this random guy Rudy. Like I feel like they had to make it
Bigger
like
story
a
than
bigger.
it was.
Yes, exactly.
That's rude.
Rude for Rudy.
Rude for Rudy.
So here's where it gets really crazy. So Rudy gets sentenced. He's off in prison, living his life now, right?
His prison life.
But they're still focused on Amanda and Raphael.
Yes.
Okay. So a year and a half after the incident is when they start the trial.
Yeah.
Oh, my mic got super weird. I was like turning all sideways. A year and a half after is when they start the trial.
Right.
And they call it like a fast track trial over there. Whatever that means. I guess something quicker, pushes things along a little faster, something like that. And throughout all of that, whatever, normal trial shit happens. Took like about 2 years for them to get to the verdict day. And that's when they got sentenced to 26 years in prison. 5-day boyfriend and Amanda.
Raphael and Amanda go down.
Yes, they're going down.
For 26 years.
26 years. Then, in 3 years later, in 2010, an appeals trial begins.
Right.
Of course,
Because you're going to try.
Yeah, everyone's going to try for an appeal once you get charged with the big M word. And then so the defense is claiming contaminated DNA.
Yeah.
And that's why they're wanting to appeal, right?
Right.
So they then hire their own independent forensic people, to come and do their own investigation and all of that. And they conclude, that's when they go into the whole trace DNA stuff and start talking about all of that and really break it down as to why they don't think that this DNA is strong enough to point to Amanda and Raphael as the suspects.
Right.
Okay. So 2010, they get the appeals trial.
Right.
Then they get acquitted.
Right. So they're
are
good
released.
to go.
They're like, goodbye, sorry.
No big deal.
Yeah.
Here
Send
we go.
you on your way.
Time to go.
Then what happens?
I don't quite remember what changes. I don't know if a judge changes or
I think it was the
something
Giuliano guy.
in the Italian courts change and their convictions get reinstated.
Yeah.
And they're like, ha, 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 just kidding, you're guilty again. We take back everything we said.
Yeah,
It's so just kidding.
6 years after the incident.
So
they're like,
rude.
sorry. So 3 years after they got acquitted, they're told again that they're now being charged again.
Yeah, they're guilty.
That they're guilty.
Yeah.
They're arrested again.
Yep.
Could you imagine?
Dude.
Okay, but I want to know, what are they doing in between this time that they were acquitted? Was she still in Italy?
I don't know. I've never been. No.
Or did she go back home?
I'm sure she went back home.
I thought she went back home.
Well,
she's not
an Italian citizen. So as soon as she's released, I'm sure she has to be deported.
Probably.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, that makes sense.
I just thought of that. I was like, wait, what did she do that during that time that she was released? Because in the documentary, they show her coming home, but I feel like that was at the end of the end.
Well,
the second time they got charged with it.
I'm pretty sure they
had to go through a trial.
I'm pretty sure they had to deport her.
The Supreme Court is the ones that acquitted it again.
Correct. They're the ones
My bad.
that overturned the sentence.
Correct.
And was like,
Yeah.
leave them kids alone.
Yeah.
Well, because they said the crime scene was a mess and the whole trace DNA on the knife.
And there were people. So when they went back to look through the investigation, they were saying that there was people were going in and out of the crime scene with no hazard suits on. They were removing things. They were
right.
They weren't changing their gloves as many times as they should have been. All
or
these
there's protocols and
things,
stuff.
right?
But again, I don't understand. I don't know Italy's Italian crime scene investigation procedures, so I don't know. Is it the same as American ones? I bet it's a different standard.
I'm sure they have, different protocols. Maybe they don't have those types of crimes over there as often, so they don't need those types of protocols in the same way that we do in America, unfortunately. Who knows? But that was their, their defense was hey, all this stuff happened. You guys pushed it. They even blamed it, that they were, in a frantic search to label someone as
find
guilty.
someone as a victim.
Yes.
Yeah, as a suspect.
Yeah, which is crazy. So Then after all of that, they finally get like fully released from the Supreme Court
Right.
in Italy, and Amanda gets to go home. But like, holy cow, dude.
Both of them. Raphael too. Like this poor guy.
That guy
hooks up that donkey backs up to that wagon for 5 days and his whole life changes.
5 days, guys. Like that's all it takes.
Man. Like,
could you imagine? That guy is probably like, what in the fuck, for real?
I am never gonna mess with American girls ever again.
Seriously, like he's probably like, holy
He's
cow.
changed for life, man. His whole interaction with her was a week at best. And like,
to go through all of that within like just a week's time of something or being with someone,
meeting someone.
Like, I don't know, man. That's such like a weird like alignment of like things to happen all like right at the same time frame, you know?
I'm starting to see, especially as we dive into these crime series, that a lot of investigations kind of tend to almost get tunnel vision. It's like they put blinders on and they find like one guy that could be possibly the suspect. And then
they try to make the narrative
he's the guy.
Well, so now, because I was like, well, what does Amanda do now? You know, I was curious.
Right. Well,
so I asked.
She's busy.
She is busy.
She's an author.
She is
an activist for people who have been
wrongfully convicted.
Because she knows
Go figure.
a lot about that.
I wonder how she's perceived in that
journalist.
world by other people.
Well, I mean, she of course, you Google her name and you get right now a lot of positivity because she's got a bunch of stuff going on. She's had 2 books.
Yes,
she's
2 books.
Got
she's
a podcast.
Podcast.
There we go.
She also, this was funny that I found when I was looking of her. I think I told you she is coming out with. So she, through all of this, she somehow connected with Monica Lewinsky.
Oh yeah.
Which I hope everybody knows who that is. If you don't, Google it.
We'll talk about it later.
So they met like at some speaking event that they were at.
Right.
And they ended up like partnering up or whatever because they both had like a similar scandal story.
Yeah.
In a sense, you know? Although I think Monica was a little bit more guilty in her scandal than Amanda was. Supposedly, allegedly. Who knows? Who cares? Really?
Again, this is just our perspective of the telling of the story.
This is nothing factual verbatim here.
Please
all
turn it down a little.
They're co-producing another documentary
about her story.
Yes, about Amanda's story.
I mean, she's got an interesting story.
And it's on Hulu, and it's called The Twisted Tale of Amanda Knox.
The Twisted Tale.
Yeah. And so I'm curious to see what that's about. It actually comes out next Thursday or on August 20th, whatever day that week is.
Yeah,
this Thursday.
Whenever that lands.
This Thursday, next Thursday, whenever it is. August 20th.
I know. It's a time warp when we record.
I'm like, no idea what day it is. Anyways, I think it would be fun to watch that and maybe do like a part 2. If that's interesting enough. We'll see. If there's any more like tidbits that we've like that weren't mentioned in the first one or this one that we talked about.
Right.
I thought it was really funny that they ended up teaming up together. I was like, what an interesting pair.
I know, not 2 people I would expect to like.
No, like totally forgot about Monica
we don't
Lewinsky.
know what kind of circles Amanda Knox is running in. You know, and almost everybody has a podcast. Like and subscribe.
You're not wrong. Everybody has a podcast.
But I love it. I mean, it's a great place to go out and talk about stuff like this.
Yeah,
because to be honest with you, I remember hearing about the Amanda Knox story when it was happening. But I did not pay that much attention to it because it was 2007 and I was just surviving.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I'm pretty sure Amanda's around the same age as us.
Yes. She's a little bit older, I think.
Yeah. So we were all like early 20s when all this was going down. Yeah. So we were all just baby adults, just trying to be adults in the world.
Could you imagine being 20 years old in Italy?
In jail?
Okay, wait. No, I don't want to think about that.
At first, I was like, yeah, I'd be vibing.
Yeah.
I'd be vibing.
She got a
just
job
like
at the
her.
bar.
I mean, I thought I was vibing and living life at 20 years old, living in New York.
Right.
You know, I had just moved away from everybody. Like I could understand that. So like moving across the country, though, is a totally different story.
Right.
But could you imagine being in jail?
You're getting in trouble.
And not having anyone to freaking call really or turn to or, you know,
right.
like
There isn't somebody that can immediately compose your bomb
Yeah.
or whatever. No.
you have no idea how to help yourself and like
No.
what the fuck to do,
Or
you
like
know?
how to do the things.
Yeah, like when she first got arrested, her mom came to see her and she didn't know that her mom was there, remember?
Yeah.
And they're like, "Hey, Amanda, you have visitors." And like they brought her out and then like she was like, "My mom was there." Could you imagine? Man, I bet she just probably felt like, I bet it felt so good to see her mom.
Right, but also like terrifying at the same
Yes.
time because she's like, now I don't know what to do. I don't know
Yeah.
what's going on. I don't
Yeah.
have any
And she was
answers.
like, I need my mom. Like at that point, I was like, yeah. At that point in life, like parents are always there for that shit. Hopefully.
Right.
Hopefully, if you have good ones. But yeah, dude, that's a crazy ass story. Very popular. But if you like what you hear, make sure to hit that like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
And if you'd like to add anything, we love to hear your comments. Please shoot one down below somewhere. Something nice, you know, relative to the conversation. And we will be here next Thursday.
Yes.
Yes.
In the chat.
In the chat. Every Thursday, 7 p.m.
Yes.
Mountain Standard Time.
Mountains. Every time. Gotta toss that in there.
Yes. Because sometimes people are like in other countries, different time zones.
That is fair.
I know people that watch our show that are in not the United States.
Nice.
And they're in different time zones.
Thank you for watching.
So, you know, 7 p.m. for us is like, I don't know, probably early a.m. in the morning for them.
2,
Who
3
knows?
a.m.
Yeah.
for them.
Yeah. But anyways, we'll see you guys next week.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
To wildest dreams. Girl, did you hear that crazy thing?